Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wake Sports. It's the weekly Red Wing breakdown. Earlier, since we only played 2 games this week, we go on the Olympic break. I'm sure we'll talk about Olympic hockey sometime within the next few days. But focused on the Red Wings, they didn't necessarily have the worst week, but they didn't have the week they needed to have. They ended up going into Colorado, beating them 2-0, which it was a surprise in itself to happen. But then you went to Utah and lost to the Mammoth 4-1 in a game that looked like you were already on the Olympic break and not really feeling like being there.
Well, I mean, I looked at the last 5 games, and if they could have beaten Utah after that incredible game against Colorado, I would have given them at least a passing grade for the week and stuff. But this is a fail.
You need to keep up. You need to keep up in the standings.
You can't lose. You can't beat Anaheim, come out and play one of your best games of the year, and then be flat against Utah.
You mean beat the Avalanche, not Anaheim?
What?
You said Anaheim.
Anaheim Avalanche.
Beat the Avalanche. Again, it was a very even game against the Avalanche, too. You just ended up getting the goals. You got a goal in the first 30 seconds of the game. Then nothing happened to the rest of the game until you got an empty netter at the end of the game. It wasn't much of anything to fully watch.
I mean, come on. I mean, to hold that team to 21 shots,
Gibson had a great game.
That's just a phenomenal performance. No one else has been able to do that this year. But then you turned around and
you had a bad game against
your pants against Utah. So
and then again, in reality, it wasn't the worst week, but now you're probably going to be the wild card team,
right,
by the end of the night, probably, because we're making this before the Buffalo game. So depending on what happens with the Buffalo game tonight, the Wings could be technically a wild card team instead of sitting in the division. Which again, most of us don't care right now. We just want you in the playoffs. But at the same time,
that's all I want.
At the same time, we need you winning the games when it matters, because March is not going to be easy at all. We've looked ahead to March. It is not a good month for you. You talk about March collapse, it's very possible there. But diving into the Utah game, you outshot Utah by 5. You out-hit them. You won more faceoffs. You had one more power play opportunity, but you did score on the power play. You took less penalties than they did. But you didn't block a lot of shots. You only blocked 5 shots. You had 4 takeaways, and you gave away the puck more than they did. So, in general, you almost kind of played a better game than Utah. Just your defense fell apart, kind of, in front of Gibson, and didn't work out. But, again, it also didn't look like that. It looked far worse than that. It looked far worse than
that. It looked like they were lethargic, and Utah escaped. And I like it. They don't. These games are really important because you're trying to keep up, and you're trying to keep this momentum going that you just built by winning in Colorado.
And you're not going to win the Atlantic with how Tampa is.
You're not,
and how you're playing. You have a terrible goal differential. Terrible, -1 goal differential. That would be sitting you outside the playoffs in general. If you go off your goal differential, you probably shouldn't even be in the playoffs. Columbus has a better goal differential than you at +2, along with the Islanders with a +5. You're lucky you're where you're at, because the next closest team to catch you outside the playoffs is technically Columbus with 65 points. You're sitting at 72. Though again, if Columbus ends up winning whatever game they have, I don't think they have a game tonight, so I think you luck out on that. Going into the break, you're at least going to sit up on Columbus, which is
Columbus
7 points,
2 games in hand on us,
and they've won their past 7. They're hot.
Right?
They're playing well.
You cannot go into a slump. If you go into a slump, you won't make the playoffs. It's that simple.
You're going to struggle.
You got to be a number of games above 500 for March. Like I said, we could look at the schedule.
You're not going to be above 500 in March. You're going to be lucky if you're 500.
You can't. Then they're not going to make the playoffs. If they're not above 500 in March, they're not making the playoffs.
They're not going to probably
It's
be
that
above
simple.
500 in March. March is terrible for them.
I don't care.
It's
They,
a terrible
the only
month.
Team they just beat Colorado. This
It's
is
a-
about them
It's a terrible
showing
month.
up.
So when you come back from break, you have a game at Ottawa, a
Win.
game at Carolina,
You can win.
a game at Nashville.
Win.
Come home to play Vegas, Florida. Then you're gonna go to New Jersey, go to Florida, go to Tampa, go to Dallas, come home to play Calgary, Montreal, Boston, Ottawa, then go to Buffalo, and come back the next day. You're only home and
I don't
home.
think that's that hard.
You're only home and home.
You got to beat
The rest of the
team you
year.
gotta beat.
You do. I'm
gotta
just
beat-
saying.
You got to beat the people you're competing against.
You
gotta
have-
beat Boston. You got to beat Montreal. You got to beat,
I'm just saying from at least March 4th.
Buffalo when you play them,
From-
and you got to win. I don't think that's that tough.
From March 4th to March 14th, I think is your toughest batch of games in that month. Everyone else you can compete with, play well against, but that is going to potentially make or break your season is those 10 days. Because Vegas is a very good team. Florida is struggling this year, but they're trying to catch up, and Florida is still a good team. New Jersey's struggling, but still a good team. Again, Florida playing at Tampa and at Dallas. It's not going to be easy in the month of March. And if you're worried about your March downfall, I'm not going to say that it's not going to be warranted this year because it is not the easiest schedule in March this year. But you also have the toughest schedule. You have one of the toughest schedules remaining. And you have to keep fighting. You have to play well. You are in the playoffs right now. The rest of the year is playoffs.
Right.
That's how your mentality has to be.
That's
You're
why
getting.
I wish Mo Sider and Dylan Larkin had not gone to the Olympics.
Doesn't mean you can't tell people not to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, you can. You just say your job is with us, and I'm hurt. You're exhausted. Take 3 weeks off.
So
Get
then
rested up.
nobody is going to turn down going to the Olympics.
I have no idea why.
People like playing for their country.
I guess.
Let's say you're going to lose Raymond, Larkin, and Sider to the Olympics for basically a week's worth of hockey.
Right. I hope they all lose quick so they can come back. I hope you all lose. Boo USA. Boo Germany. Boo Sweden. You all suck. Hope you don't make the medal rock.
It's only an extra day. It's not even like anything.
I
It's
don't
only an
care.
extra day.
I want them to be eliminated.
Though that's the one thing that kind of does suck when it comes to the hockey part. Men's hockey plays up until I think 24th, or no, that's Sunday, the 22nd. So they have 4 days to come back before they go play Ottawa, depending on who's where. Most likely, with how past Olympics have gone, you're probably going to be Sider. Probably will be back sooner than Raymond and Larkin. Raymond probably would be heading back either on that again, depending on if he's in the gold medal or bronze medal game. And then same thing with Larkin. They're probably playing up to the end of the Olympics because usually Sweden and the U.S. are somewhat in a medal game. And my expectations aren't really changing for who the Olympics lineup is. Maybe you get lucky and they get knocked out just before a medal round, but that'd be probably about it for them.
I mean, in hockey, you got any one of 16.
Yeah. There's no Russia, though.
Just who gets hot, who doesn't, and who can mesh the quickest.
I say there's no Russian team, so
Which I think sucks because I always love to watch.
and it's not even a random Olympic team full of Russians. There's just no Russians in the Olympics this year. So one less hockey team you have to worry about. When they're back in the Olympics, it's going to be interesting.
I
Whenever they're
don't.
back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it.
But
I mean, we've done just. I'm not going to get political.
No. But it
If you're going
is.
to kick the Russians out, you should kick us out there. I don't see much of a difference.
Anyway, it will be an
Is
interesting
that a
month of
bad
March.
thing to say? I mean,
I just don't want to get political on a
All right,
sports
no political.
podcast. So
Okay.
shut up.
all right.
Doesn't matter. The world sucks anyways. Anyway, month of March is not going to be great. We'll see how it goes, though. They could play well. They might not. And we'll see where we're at by the end of March. Other news, Panarin. Speaking of Russians, Panarin gets traded to the Kings. One guy we kind of were looking at. Apparently, he only wanted to go to L.A., so if anyone's mad at the Ice Cream for not making the trade, as I was initially. Like, why did we not just try? We could have given something better. Apparently, he didn't want to go anywhere but LA. So nothing you can do about that.
The guy was 35 years old. He's allowed to go where he wants.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So for the most part, there isn't much we really can do about it. Hopefully, Iceman has something planned over the Olympic break, and we can get somewhere.
Well, if they don't pick up anybody, that just shows he doesn't give a shit. To me.
But also, who's willing to come here? Who's willing to waive no trade clauses and all that stuff?
Got to get it
Depending on
done.
who you're trying to get, but
got to get somebody here.
There isn't much that I've seen.
Who are the people you would like to see? Have anybody named that you would actually?
I haven't really seen any. The one guy I kind of wanted was Panarin.
Well, I told you, I like Logan Stanley. He's not a great defenseman, but he's an above average, I think. And fights, physical. That's what you need in the playoffs. You need physical play. I also would love to see Robert Thomas and Justin Falk from the Blues come here.
So
if they could get them.
That's the other one that's going around, Justin Falk.
I think that would be better than Logan Stanley. I would rather see those two come here because they do. They need a forward. They need a defenseman. Whether they can do that, I don't know.
Do we see Robert Thomas as a potential coming here? No,
they're the
Logan
right.
Stanley.
Justin Falk is a good contract to come to us. He's a solid defenseman. Robert Thomas is 27 years old. I mean, he's physical and he's a good player. He's somebody that can grow with the team and be part of our plans. So I'm all for it.
Again, we'll see what he does. We'll see how much he's willing to give up. Again, the team's not bad. There's just a couple things that need to be fixed. Mostly, in my opinion, the goal differential, whether that's, stronger defense or a stronger offense to help with that. But you need to figure something out to help with that goal differential.
I just don't want to hear the schedule. It's hard this year or nothing. You're one of the best teams in the East right now.
You've been one of the best teams since December.
You can't do that. You can't have a bad March. I don't know how many games they play, but they better be at a 600 clip playing March at least.
So we'll see where we end up sitting at. We'll see where it goes. But we'll end it here. If you'd like to see, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think about the Wings and their chances for the rest of the year coming out of the Olympic break. Until next time, we'll see you, everybody.